I've been dealing with a fairly severe injury recently, and this is just going to be a post to try to sum that up and explain what's been going on. 2 years ago exactly, I overshot my freestyle landing by about 60 feet and actually missed the airbag and took a pretty substantial hit, got a bad concussion, and took a lot of trauma to my neck. I recovered from that throughout that winter and actually felt 100% the following summer, but then had a huge flare-up of symptoms this last winter, starting about the end of January. This last February, I started seeing doctors. They didn't find anything. Nothing showed up on all my scans and images. So I started doing a lot of research on the internet and actually flew out to Miami to go see a specialist. I saw several specialists over the summer and figured out my diagnosis, and they diagnosed me with cranial cervical instability. And I'm going to go over the imaging real quick just so you can get a little bit of an understanding of what cranial cervical instability actually is and what type of trauma happened to my neck. So this is a digital motion x-ray. It's a type of x-ray done while moving the neck so you can see what happens to the bones while your neck's actually moving. So this is where the DMX gets interesting. You can see C2 steps on C3, 2.2 millimeters, C3 steps on C4, 2.8 millimeters, C4 on C5, 3.8 millimeters. Basically, my vertebrae are stepping whenever I look down or whenever I get some neck whip from a hard landing. When I look up, C2 steps over C3, 1.9 millimeters. This shows some gapping in my vertebrae when I look down, just showing more damage to the ligaments. This shows C1 sliding or stepping over C2, 4.4 millimeters. When I lean the other way, it's 3.1 millimeters. Basically what this means is my ligaments have been severely damaged, probably from that freestyle crash, but also could be from years of hard landings and taking abuse. So basically like the ligaments were getting sprained over and over, and eventually they got stretched out. So now my vertebrae are moving way too much. This has caused some of the most ridiculous symptoms you can imagine. Brain fog, dizziness, vertigo, ears popping, jaw twitching, visual disturbances, crazy anxiety like I've never had before or even knew was possible, some depression, and at times nauseousness. I've even been throwing up occasionally. So a whole bunch of debilitating symptoms, and I've actually been bedridden on and off throughout the summer. I had stem cell injections to help heal those ligaments in June, and then I had a pretty bad flare-up of symptoms after getting those stem cell injections because the ligaments basically took damage from those stem cells, and they had to recover from that damage and then start healing again. Currently, I'm doing a lot better. I still have a long ways to go. I am going to be riding this winter. My focus will be clinics, and I don't know if I'll be doing any jumping, but I will be on a sled and going to, do the best I can with the health situation I'm in. So I'm doing a ton of different therapies, and those include prolotherapy injections directly into the ligaments, stem cell injections directly into the ligaments, massage, Atlas orthogonal chiropractic, acupuncture. I bought a red light and near infrared device to penetrate those ligaments and help heal them. I bought a pulsed electromagnetic field therapy device to try to help aid in the healing process. I'm using healing peptides. I'm in the middle of a hyperbaric chamber protocol, and I'm also using float tanks and basically any other natural healing modality you can think of, I've either tried or I'm actively doing now. So yeah, that should kind of explain what I've been going through, the injury I have, the severity of it, and what I'm doing to heal. I'm not going to be riding too hard this winter, but I am still looking forward to getting out on the snow and teaching clinics. And hopefully next year at this time, I've made a 100% recovery.